everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings, and I have one more Valentine's Day project for you guys. I think this will probably be the last one that I do. This is for Kayla's teacher, and I just have a Frappuccino bottle, you know, one of those Starbucks Frappuccino, and I've actually had the bottle for, I mean, probably 3 or 4 years, and I've just hung on to it, wanting to do something with it. So what I did is I just took the label off, I peeled this off, and then let's zoom in a little bit. So you can see that there's still a little bit of residue. Most of it came off. I mean, I was really surprised, actually. Most of it came off. But what I'm going to do to clean the rest of this off is I'm going to make sure all the label is off. Like, there's a little bit of label right there. But as long as all the label is off, and then I'm just going to take my essential oil, my lemon, and I use essential oils around the house for different things. And I was really surprised because the lemon essential oil, it seriously, you guys, takes all of that off, like without any effort at all. Like, it's just gone. And then as soon as I get all of the residue off, I'll go ahead and I'll clean it one more time. But look at that. It just takes it all off. I mean, I cannot believe it. No effort at all. There's a little bit. Actually, I think that's all of it. Oh my gosh, I love it. And it smells amazing, of course. I get my essential oils from Eden's Garden. And I have quite a collection that I use for different things. I'm enjoying using them. They're helping our family, and they're helping me, obviously, in my crafting. So that's my little plug for essential oils. You really have to look at all the information kind of yourself and do some research yourself to figure out what is going to work best for you and your family. But if you have any questions about the Eden's Garden oils that I've been using, you can always message me, and I'm happy to share just what I'm doing. So we're going to decorate this up. We're going to make this a cute little gift for her teacher to go with her Valentine's. And I think I'll take it up one more time and run it under some hot soapy water and just clean it and make sure there's nothing left on that. And then I'll show you how I'm going to decorate it. Okay guys, I am back, and I think I'm going to do some coloring. I am using this stamp set, and I'm using this fishy situation. So I have my bottle, it's all cleaned up, and I'm ready to go. And so far, what I've done is I've just taken a strip of paper, I've picked a strip of paper, and I think that I'm going to layer it on like this. I had to attach 2 pieces to get it to be long enough to wrap all the way around. So I just did that with some sticky strip, and I just eyeballed it. Every bottle is probably going to be different, so there's no point in me giving you measurements. I just looked at what I thought looked good and then went with it. The great thing about these bottles is they're kind of, well, the ones I got, and again, these are like 3 or 4 years old. I mean, I've had them. They're older than that, you guys. Actually, real life moment, I believe they're probably 4 or 5 years old, because I remember getting these bottles when we lived in Willits, which was a long time ago. So the great thing about these types of bottles is they're flat. They're like a square kind of round. So when you're adding your paper to them, it's not like they're all funky, because you know, when a bottle's round, sometimes it's like the paper doesn't line up or you can't attach it. These are fantastic because it's like a square rounded base. Okay, if that makes any sense. So this is how far I've gotten. I picked my paper, and then I thought I was looking for a stamp set that I could do something to attach it to using my, of course, stitched circle dies. This is a really large stamp. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to color all these fish, and then I think I'm going to cut them out and do something with them that way. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the camera rolling. I'm going to speed it up. I'm going to do some coloring, and then I'll come back at the very end and show you guys what I've ended up doing. Okay guys, so I've colored it, and you can see I didn't do too much shading because the images are still really small. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out. I just wanted to point out it bled, this fish, it bled a little bit, but I wasn't worried about it because I'm gonna cut it out. So you can see that that is, I just got a lot of ink right there. And then you saw that I did the baseball cap all yellow. I just did it 2 different colors yellow. And I ended up not liking that, so I just went over it with a dark green and it looked fine. So I'm gonna cut these out and then I'll come back and show you what I've done. Okay guys, this is what I ended up coming up with. I'll zoom out. So I did go ahead and cut the fishes out, and I like the way it turned out. I didn't get too precise with cutting it out. I mean, they're pretty small images. This one was the only one that was like a real pain to cut out. I just fussy cut it, and I know I hate cutting images out. It's one thing that I really despise. I love it when our stamp sets come with dies, or I can just cut something out or punch something out. I really don't like fussy cutting, but sometimes it's just worth it. So I just went ahead and stamped, Hey Valentine, glad you're in my school. I did that on a little whisper white piece of cardstock, and then I made a little flag. I added these, and then I decided to put these little guys on a little stick so they can stick out of the treat. So I am obsessed. You guys are going to be seeing quite a few projects in the next coming days, or you might have already seen a few where I have done things where I've put images onto these little sticks and they're sticking out of things. I'm obsessed with it. So I colored a few more fish so that I would have a pretty good variety, and then I will put the treats in here, and then these will just go in here, and then I'm gonna put a ribbon right around this part, and that's all I'm going to do, and that will be her teacher gift. So of course there'll be photos on my website with the treats in there and how it turned out. I loved doing this. It was super fun. I loved coloring with my blendabilities. I just wanted to mention to you guys that with celebrations, for every $50 you spend, you can actually get one of our sets of blendabilities for free. And that information is again on my website. But I love these blendabilities, and when you saw me coloring, I'm really not precise with it. Sometimes I just use one color, sometimes I use 2 colors, and I do a little bit of blending. On this little guy, I only used 2 colors. On this little guy, I didn't really do any blending. I just really love the way the alcohol markers, how the ink goes on, and then how I can add a few details when I want to. So don't be intimidated by these blendability markers and by blending, and just get them and play around with them. And as you guys are ordering, you can get those blendabilities. You can get a set free for every $50 you spend, and that's a great way to try them out. So thanks guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. And as always, I'll be back on Friday with a Memory Keeping Friday video. Thanks guys.
Hey, if you wanna play, make it about a place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see inside your